Sometimes devotees ask, why do you do that? Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. But there's Shastra Praman for this. Just like sometimes we go someplace, luckily today we had running water, but sometimes we have to go someplace, there's hand pump. And sometimes we go someplace, there's only well. So our Western devotees and all you city dwellers, you don't know the village technology. What's so difficult? You take a bucket, you tie a rope, and you throw it in the well. So they do like that. They put tie the bucket on the rope and throw it in the well, and the rope is going through their hands. Now rope, bucket, everything gone in the well. Now we have to give 200 rupees to the ashram to buy a new bucket and rope. No, every ashram has got a rope with so many hooks on it. To get something from a deep place, you need a hook. So they send it down, they catch the bucket and pull it out. So to get something from a deep place, you need a hook. So this body is like a well, but not full of water, full of pop, full of sin. So to get that sin out, we need something we need a hook. So this Ra Akshar, especially R in English, just like a hook. And when you say this sound, Ra, then you can feel it, that sound. According to Sangeet Shastra, that sound goes down. Ra. The next letter is aspirated, coming out. Radhe. So according to Sangeet Shastra, this sound goes up. You can feel it, huh? Hey. So we hook all that pop. We take it all out, hey, then sham. When you say this ma akshar, a band becomes closed. Huh? You pull it all out, take it all out, now don't let it come back, band. Jai Jai Sri Radhe, out, 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 sham. Band, don't let it come back. So now we're here. This particular body of water has many names. But when I first came here, it was called Krishna Kund. Because Krishna came here with his cows one time, and there was no water for the cows to drink. So he took his flute and he dug out this kund. So Krishna's flute is very handy for calling cows, for calling gopis, for digging kunds. Yesterday we were in Vrindavan making wells. Very handy flute, prayogic. It's also known as Radha Sarovar, it's also known as Gevarvan Kund, many names for this place. And on the opposite side, you see a little asan. This is asan of Madhubangal. Because we heard that Chiksoli is famous for butter, milk, yogurt, ghee, all these nice things. And we know Krishna, he too much likes butter. Huh? So one day he came with all his cowherd boyfriends, and they were looking through Chiksali Gram to find some house where no gopi was home. So they peeked through one window, they saw no gopis home. So they all went around the front door and they all came inside. Because in old days we never used to put locks. I've still been to villages in India, nobody bothers to put locks. No need. So no lock. So they all came inside and began to drink all the yogurt and take all the butter. So that gopi came home, she heard some noise from her house. And she peeked in the window and saw what was going on. So you've seen in India, we never have one door, we always have two doors like this, right? And there's a bolt on the outside, and there's a bolt on the inside. So she put the bolt from the outside. Means who's ever inside now, he can't get outside. And she ran to call all the other gopi friends. So Krishna, he also heard that sound. He knows the meaning of that sound. He looked all around, he went out the window. So all the cowboys, they all ran and bing, 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 bing. They all jumped out the window. Except there's one friend of Krishna named Madhumangal. And first of all, Madhumangal, he's lame. He couldn't run like the other cowboys. He couldn't climb like the other cowboys. Somehow he managed to get up to the window. But the other problem with Madhumangal, he's not a gopa, he's a Brahmin, huh? And our Braj Brahmins don't tend to be very skinny fellows. So he finally got up to the window, but when he tried to go through, he got stuck. So that gopi came back with all their gopi friends. Came back with all her gopi friends. She opened up the door, they came inside, we got you. And nobody's there, just this fat friend of Krishna stuck in the window. So they pulled him out of the window. Boop. They took flower garlands and tied his hand behind his back. They tied a string around his sika, and they threw it over the branch of the tree and said, now we got hostage. You thought this hostage taking was a new thing, right? When I was a little kid, we never heard of this thing. No, this is going on for the last 5,000 years of this. So when you have hostage, then you have some demand, right? So they told him, now you call your friend Krishna here, and they pulled that string. So Krishna heard Madhumangal crying like that. So immediately came running. And he said, Hare, what have you girls done? Don't you know, he may be one of my sakhas, he's one of my friends, but he's not a gopa, he's a Brahmin. Now you've done Brahman aparad. Now your health, your wealth, and your beauty will all be finished. And what do little girls worry about? Health and wealth and beauty. So they all became very frightened. Oh Shamsundar, what can we do? How can we get free from this aparad? So Krishna thought for a minute. He said, you make a nice asan for Madhumangal. You sit him down very nicely. Then you go to your houses. You find out as many laddus as you have in your house. You bring back those laddus. You feed them all to Madhumangal. He'll forget all about that aparad. He will give you Ashirvad. Ashirvad means blessing. Whatever your manokamana, whatever your most dearmost desire of the heart. And what is the most dear desire in the heart of the gopis? That somehow Krishna will become pleased with us. And that is Krishna consciousness in a nutshell. Very simple. We make everything complicated, but it's very simple. Whatever we do is just so Krishna will become pleased with it. That is Krishna consciousness. We chant Hare Krishna, we associate with devotees, we go to Mangalarti, at least on Janmashtami and Guru Purnima, or here in Vrindavan every day, I hope. Why? Just so Krishna will become pleased with us. We only eat prasadam, we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we associate with the Vaishnavas and serve them. Why? Just so Krishna will become pleased with us. Actually, you just keep this formula in your brain. Before you do anything, you just ask yourself, am I doing this so that Krishna will become pleased with me? Or am I doing this so that my senses will be pleased? You keep that formula in your brain, then you're always Krishna conscious. Simple. We make it complicated, but it's simple. So now, Madhumangal, his belly is full of laddus. He's very satisfied and happy. He'll give you whatever blessing you want. So whatever blessing you want, you take from Madhumangal now. Śrī Madhumangal ki! Yes. So, just above us, we said there was 4 peaks. Just above us, we see one peak here. And can you see the decorations on top? What does it look like? Peacocks. This is called Moor Kutir. Now, 80% of you know the meaning of Moor, when we went extra prasadam, right? No, Moor means peacock. So one time, Krishna saw that Radharani and all the Sakis were on top of this hill watching something. So he went there and he saw they were watching the dancing of the peacock. So then Krishna, he began to dance like peacock, and peacock was dancing, and Krishna was dancing, and peacock was dancing. Then he came before Brisbane Nandini. He said, "You dance very nicely, but this peacock dances nicer than you." So again, Krishna was dancing, and peacock was dancing, and Krishna was dancing, and peacock was dancing. They again became before Srimati Radhika. She said, "That was much better, but this peacock dances nicer than you." So then Krishna became Moor and Radharani became Morni. And they began to dance as Moor and Morni. So this became known as Moor Kutir. And you see all the design in the roof. You go inside, there's peacock tiles, peacock paintings, everything is peacocks. And they don't, unfortunately, they don't let you take pictures there. Every once in a while we sneak one. But anyway, this is Moor Kutir. Behind us, I don't know if you can see because of this building, there's a big temple on top of this hill. This is called Man Mandir. We went to Man Sarovar yesterday, so you all know the meaning of Man now. What happened, it was Purnima, and Krishna was, and Radha and Krishna were on top of that hill, and he was describing the beauty of Srimati Radharani. And he said that she was, her complexion was just as beautiful as the full moon. And Radharani became furious. Why? Because the moon has got so many faults. Panch dosh, 5 faults. First, just like we said, he's spotted, that's why she became angry. He's comparing her beauty with something with so many spots. Kalank. Banki, he shrinks. No, Banki, he's crooked. Kai, he shrinks. It's like practically there was no moon this morning at all. Tomorrow there's no moon. Monday is no moon at all. And Nisachar, whose behavior is to come out at night. And who comes out at night? Rakshas. And when does moon come? Nisachar, his behavior to come out at night like Rakshas. And last fault is Vishabandhu. Just like our devotees, they name their son, Visvambar, Visvajit, Visvajivan, Visvanath, all nice names, huh? But what do their friends call them? Fish. Hey, Bish! Now 80% of you know Bish, but Bish means poison. People always ask me, what should we name our child? I said, don't worry about what you're going to name. Worry about what the friend's going to call. So Bish means poison. And Bandhu, we know there's a bond between us, and we're Bandhus, we're relatives, friends. Because when they churned the ocean of milk, then poison came out, moon came out, and Uteshrava came out, Airavata came out, so many things came out. Moon also came. So he's born from the same place as poison, Vishabandhu. Not only that, what do we call the moon in Sanskrit? Chandra, huh? Sounds too much like one of Radharani's competitors, huh? So for all these reasons, Radharani became furious. And she ran away from that place and left Krishna lamenting like anything. Even the rocks began to melt hearing Krishna's lamentation. After a while, Radharani came back, but she was dressed up just like Krishna. And Krishna said, hey, who are you? And Radharani said, I'm Krishna, who are you? He said, I'm the real Krishna, who are you? He said, I'm the real Krishna, who are you? He said, you're an imposter, I'm the real Krishna. Radharani said, you're the imposter, I'm the real Krishna. No, you're the imposter, I'm the real Krishna. Then Radharani said, if you're the real Krishna, then where's your Srimati Radhika? Where's your Srimati Radhika? And Krishna says, I'll play my flute, she'll come, you'll see. And Krishna began to play on his flute. No Radharani came. He played second time on his flute. No Radharani came. Third time he played so enchanting melody on his flute that Radharani could no longer maintain her disguise. And Krishna opened his eyes, he saw Radharani's right in front of me. Then he grabbed Radharani's hand and they ran off behind her to Unchagaon, the village of Lalita, to see if Lalita Sakhi can tell who is Radha and who is Krishna. Sri Radha Krishna ki jai. So now we're going to enter into this beautiful forest called Gaudiya-Vaishnava, where you see all these special trees growing here. And you won't see these trees on the plain where there's water, only up here in the hill with all the water will run down, right? So it's very dry, but they only grow there. You won't see them on the plain. It's called dole. And in rainy season, they have little tiny, very mystical forests. You'll see. We don't have time to discuss in the forest, so we're telling you here, but you see. Little tiny emerald drop leaves are there. And then as rainy season progresses, little yellow topaz flowers come. Now if we look closely, we'll see little ruby fruits. And if you come here in December, then you'll see copper leaf trees. No, gold leaf trees. If you come in December, you'll see gold leaf trees everywhere. And if you come in January, then you'll see copper leaf trees everywhere. And if you come in Gaur Purnima time, then there's no leaves. But the bark is very light colored and the sun is very bright, and it looks like a whole forest of silver filigree trees. Very mystical forest, you notice as you go through. And there's so many rocks. Now it seems like they're widening. Last time I was here, and they've chased all the rocks away. They're widening the road path. But if you find a couple of rocks, ordinarily they go clack, 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 clack. But if you're in the right consciousness, you'll find the right rocks. They go ding, 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 just like ankle bells. So we'll go through this beautiful mystical forest, and when the heat comes on, the wind is blowing. In the summertime, wind is blowing, and this beautiful sound comes in the forest. Now Krishna's turned off his fan, but as soon as the hot season comes, he turns on the fan and this beautiful sound comes in the forest. So if you haven't taken some water, you go down very carefully. The top step is a little wet, wherever it's especially greenish. It can be very slippery. You take some water on your heads. You give those who are young, especially, you can go down and bring some water for those of us who are young at heart, but our knees don't like walking up and down steps so much. But be careful, that first step could be chickeny, very slippery. You may end up taking a bath like our friend over here almost took a bath. Srimati Radharani ki. And there's so many nice Brahmins here waiting to give you mukti from your money, so you please give them donation. Hare Krishna.